So let's select Microsoft Teams from the Office 365 home. Okay, so we're going to create a team based upon a fictitious refurbishment of TSG head office and show how that it can be used to manage the information and provide a collaborative environment. So let's create a team. Let's give the team a name. So this is head office refurbishment. Now the team we can make private or public. If it's private, only team members can see it. If it's public, non-team members can request access and view the information in there. So we're going to create a private team. So we see a next. And then we've got the ability to add team members. So I'm just going to add a couple of colleagues. So we'll say Stephen Green and James. And we can say add. At a later date we can modify team members as you would expect, and we can also apply different permission levels to the team members, and then we can say close. Okay, so now you can see we actually have our team head office refurbishment, and it's by default created one channel called general. Within each channel we can have conversations, we can store files, etc., and we can also do a lot more. But we're going to start off just with a conversation. I'm just going to ask the team what channels they require in order to manage this project. So we can just put a conversation out, start a new conversation, and just say, guys, can you let me know what channels you want setting up for this project. So I can put that conversation out, and then we'll just wait and see what channel requests come back from the project team. So the channel allows us to create areas for particular functions or requirements within that. So you can see Stephen comes back and he said we'll definitely need one for the tender. Okay, so what we can do is we can move over and say, go back to Stephen, and we can say thanks, we'll set up now. So we can go across to head office. We can say we want to add a channel, and we'll name that channel the tender documents, and say add. Okay. So what we've got under tender documents, again, is we've now got a conversation area, so we can have conversations around how we maybe develop our tender documents and around responses we receive from tenderers, etc. So in order to do that, we can go into the files section, and we might want to create some folders to help us manage these documents. So we can say, okay, we want a new folder here, which is the tender document, and in here we can manage and create the tender document, and then we might have another folder going forward which might be for our tender responses. Okay, so very easily we've created a Microsoft team called Head Office Refurbishment. Within there we've got two channels, one general, which we've used to for a conversation to ask which sub-channels we might want, and then we created the channels. And as you can see here, Stephen's actually asked for a second one for graphics, so we can just spin another one up and say, okay, we'll create a new channel for graphics. Okay, and again we've got a files area, we've got a conversations area. So that is a basic overview of how we use Microsoft Teams in order to create teams, use basic conversations and set up file storage.